don't you look at me? I've tried to be as open as I can. Why don't you look at me? I'm tired of being the invisible man. The invisible man. Oh, the invisible man.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Invisible Man Show. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, everybody.
We got Chris and Dave in the watching us now. If you can, you guys hear everybody before we go for all outs? Let's make sure the sound's working. Okay, we'll wait for a second.
Can you hear this?
Phil's been wanting to do that for hours.
Ever.
Okay, any comments there? Quickly, I don't. Just waiting for Ryan. Oh yeah, okay, I got a yes.
Really
so we're good. We're good to go. Thanks, Dave.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
and we're good.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us. The regulars watching will know that we are a little bit nervous about sound. We lost pretty much a whole show a few weeks ago. So, yeah, we're probably going to be doing this every show now, just to be absolutely sure. Well, my name is Mark David Stallard. I'm one of the hosts of The Invisible Man. Before I get going and introduce everybody else, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, do all those good things there. Invite all your friends and come and watch our really exciting show. So, of course, my fellow hosts are starting top middle is Phil Dupuis, aka Colorado Phil. How you doing, Phil?
Hey, everybody. Check out our website, www.theinvisibleman.ca, for all our links and to get in touch with us.
Perfect. And, of course, the handsome chap at the bottom there is Ryan Janz. I was going to say Ryan Phil. Ryan Janz, whose middle name is also David, but he doesn't use it even though he should. How you doing, buddy?
I'm here to bring that extra element to the show, that little je ne sais quoi, and just to remind everyone, #endbassism.
Okay. Well, actually, Dave McDonald says, I want Ryan's panties.
Whoa! Way to go, Ryan!
Okay. Anyway, that one jumped out. I had to read that one as soon as it was posted. Thanks, Dave, for lifting the quality of the show up high. Okay. And so let's address the metaphorical ambulance in the room. The one guy I did not introduce. So this is Richie Lambert. He's the vocalist and guitarist for Ambulancehead, a band that was formed in 2018, playing exotic covers, stunning originals, high energy rock band from Surrey in England. So how are you doing, Richie?
I'm pretty chilled, actually, and good afternoon to all you guys out there around the world, especially Winnipeg, all the Canadian sort of cousins I've got over there. Hi, how you doing? I'm pretty good. I'm a chef. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. It's 8 o'clock now. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, cooking brunch and breakfast for about 140 people in Surrey. So apart from that, I'm good. I had a little shot of Jack Daniels earlier, and that just put the zip in my zipper. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go now.
Well, it's better than other
Thanks very much, guys. Good to see y'all.
Thanks for doing the show, Richie.
Oh, we love things like this. Absolutely love it.
And I
can't wait to hear the music, man.
And I just want to say, before we lose the moment there, if it's a Jack Daniels you got caught in your zipper, better than it's something else gets caught in now.
Touche.
Yeah, I just want to say apologies from the other guys who didn't make it tonight. They're otherwise indisposed, and we felt that it was probably better, just me being an egocentrical maniac, to come in with a guitar and do the show on my own. So it's actually working for us. It's a small place here in this room, and we just have been falling over each other. And these guys, they do smell a bit, so yeah, it's probably better that they're actually somewhere else tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking as
the front man as well, I know exactly what you mean about the smell. And some people say I have an ego, but I haven't seen it yet. So maybe I'm just too good to noticing. Yeah. You
like the smell of the beer oil and the dash wax is what it is.
Okay. So we're great. As you can tell, we've we've all been getting on well. Richie's been warming up, so we've got some great music coming for you. In about 10 minutes, he's going to play a tune. So hang around for that, and then there'll be at least one more towards the end. It's going to be some great original material. It's going to be fantastic. Maybe some, who knows, maybe some covers. But you won't know unless you stay tuned in. Anyway, so Richie, so tell the audience a little bit about yourself. Other than
okay, so I'm originally from the west of Scotland. I came down to London quite a number of years ago, and been in a couple of bands. And a couple of years ago, I put together Ambulancehead. Just guys I've jammed with before in different bands. I thought this is the best bass player and the best drummer. I've been in bands forever, and these guys got together, and it was a couple of years ago, and we just absolutely like an inferno since then. It's just so much fun. There's no dramas, there's no egos. It's just a really good laugh, really good sort of getting together. Even in these COVID times, getting together to rehearse is just such a shot in the arm with the guys. You catch up, you have a beer, it's like if you're in a band, you catch up. Half of it's a social thing as well. So yeah, we got together a couple of years ago, and until COVID, we were doing a few gigs, but now it's mostly situations like this, doing radio around the world, and the interviews, which is a lot of fun, and I like to talk, so it's like big with me, no problem at all. Somebody shut me up, please, yeah? So that's how it's going at the moment. Thank you.
I'm sorry, we fell asleep there. Well, what were you saying? No, it's kidding. No, that's great.
I won't bother saying any more then. If you nod off, if you like to nod off, then you just go right ahead.
Fine. So it's way better than a yes-no. We had, I think it was a Hamfist. Now, I know one of the members of Hamfist. They're a Winnipeg band, and because what the hell is his name? I forgot his name. Kyle. So we started with Kyle. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm Kyle, and I play bass for Hamfist. And that was it. It's like, come on.
Come on.
You have outperformed Kyle from Hamfist. Anyway.
And I just want to say, though, he's a bass player. So.
We can. Don't you?
No offense. No offense.
Hey. What do we say at the beginning of the show? Ending bassism. No. Part is I wasn't on that show that day. I was either doing something or not feeling well, or I think we might have been moving that
you
weekend.
were moving.
Yeah.
You were, yeah.
But I did watch it later. I was like, come on, man, Kyle, you've been on the show before. Kyle's in a couple of bands and now he's had both his bands on our show, and it's like, Kyle, you know the drill. Come on, man. What's going on here?
Yeah. Anyhow. So please
entertain the chaps, would you? That's what we're here for. It's called the entertainment business. Now, bloody well, it's good to entertain them. Yes. I'll drink to that.
There you go.
Okay, well, usually we get to know a guest before we kind of get into the to some of these to the next question anyway. Kind of let you warm up, but I can't wait. Ambulancehead. What the hell? What does that mean? What's that about?
Okay, so we started out as Ambulance, yeah? But there was some other bands called Ambulance. Would you believe it? Would you just go and believe that? There's other bands, so I was getting a bit of confusion. So I sat down with Claire, and Claire, our technical advisor, mentor, overseer, who's sitting here right now. We want to go with the Ambulance theme, so I thought, Ambulance, Nino, head. Ambulance, head. Ambulance, head. And there we had it. Simple as that. Okay. I mean, I remember they said to Lemmy and Motorhead, how did you get the name Motorhead? He went, Motorhead. I thought, Ambulance Head. It made sense to me, and then my rock and roll kind of thing that's going on.
Okay.
Hey, there's worse stories for names. I mean, that's all good, man. But we were chatting off as we always do with our guests when we're going, and there was a lot of humor going back and forth. But it brings me back to I'm going to break it. I'm going to have another Spinal Tap moment where it was, we were the originals, and then we became the regulars, and then the other band, they became the new originals, and so we thought we could go back to being the regulars, but then we thought, what's the point? Right? So
it gets a bit confusing,
man. So.
Yep, and actually, I said before. Actually, it's now documented behind me. I started off as a solo artist, Mark David Stallard. Ryan joined, and you can see there behind me. It says with Ryan Janz on this poster, and then Mark David Stallard and Ryan Janz. He got the equal billing, and then now we're at Soul in the Mind, and we didn't change anything other than their names. Good enough for changes. Anyway.
You got to have a name that nobody else has, and that's what Ambulance Head is. So you can find us easier now with the name Ambulance Head, you know, and that really is the kind of the instigation behind really the changing the name. But we're really happy with it, absolutely delighted with that, you know. So and people remember it, so it's good. We're all happy with it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I can actually attest because often I'll get communications from bands and different artists, and I try to look them up, and it's like, well, there are loads of people. This could be anyone. I don't know if this is the right people or not. They didn't send me a link. But Ambulance Head, right at the top. You're right at the top of the Google
It's working for us because we're on the first page of Google now, so it's coming up really fast. People find us really easily now, so it's excellent.
Yeah, and I'm battling with the Mark Stallard, the footballer, the first division footballer. He's still picking me. And there's an American sports writer called Mark Stallard as well. So that's why I used the name David. So you know which guy. That's a true story.
To avoid confusion.
Anyhow, let's get back to you. So actually, you know what? We can begin in about 10 minutes, 10, 12. Any chance for a song?
For me, here, now, yes, certainly, sure. Sure.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I'll switch the view.
So, so is that, do you want a quick? Yeah, you got that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, how's that sound? That's you picking that up all right?
Yeah, that sounds good for this end. Yep.
So
okay.
I got a dose of COVID around about in May. I got 4 weeks of COVID. I was on my back for about 4 weeks, and I had like a temperature of 40 degrees. And I thought, well, this is it. You know, this is the end of the road, maybe. And I was actually just got really bored. And I'm in bed and watching telly, and I've done all the YouTube clips. I've seen so many Gibson guitars. I'm in the A to Z on it, and I thought, what am I going to? So I started writing a song, and the stuff was going on with Johnny Depp in court at the time. So I wrote this song. It's called Horses and Clouds, and it just reminded me a bit of Johnny Depp, who I really like, and he's a rock and roll kind of a guy. So this one's actually for Johnny Depp. It's called Horses and Clouds. Well, that's how it goes. Got my waistcoat on, I mean business tonight. I've been here before, it'll be alright. Bottle of bells, warm in my blood. Something is smoke, something, you disappear to reappear. Horses and clouds still happening here. Getting high, I'm wasted and down. All of the lies still coming around. A bottle of Jack, I crushed the ice and the Coke. Something sweet before I for horses and clouds to reappear. Horses and clouds still happening here. All my good times, all my good times, all my good times. Horses and clouds, horses and clouds, horses and clouds, still happening, still happening, still happening, still happening here.
Excellent.
That was great. Opening bit there for a second. I mean, I knew you were going to original. Bit there reminded me so much of the opening and the fiddly bits, as Mark would call it, on the guitar for was it "Over the Hills and Far Away" by Led Zeppelin? Just that sort of like that little bit there with the finger picking and the quick little it's great. I was just like, yeah, I love it. I just yeah.
We all love that Jimmy Page. Come on, you gotta love Jimmy Page. You know, you got. I can give you a Jimmy Page story if you want.
Sure.
So,
yeah, go for it.
Jimmy Page story. So the guy that runs our rehearsal rooms, he sells guitars and amplifiers, and he's a bit of a legend in the business. He's called Carl at Rock Bottom, and he sold guitars to everybody, including Jimi Hendrix and also Jimmy Page. So Jimmy Page was round at Carl's place looking to buy a set of Marshall amps. And he was playing the Gibson. It was quite loud, and he was being a little bit kind of like rock starish, like, you get a load of me. I'm Jimmy Page. I can do what I want. And it's getting a bit late, and it's a bit loud. And the door burst open, and it was Carl's 3-year-old daughter walked in, who didn't give a monkeys about who was standing in front of her with the guitar with his long hair and whatever else going on. She said, "You just well be quiet, because I've got to go to my bed now." Jimmy Page, stunned, had to stop, gobsmacked. I love that. Jimmy Page failed by a 3-year-old, so I have. Okay, that's the Jimmy Page story. There you go.
Well, I have a story about being at a music store too late, but it's not as good as that. Not even by a long shot. There's a guy I used to play with. And he actually opened for us a couple of times. Brett, remember Brett? Mark? He's a young guy. He played a lot of folk music, and he had said, "Hey, I've got this recording time slated, and I need someone to fill in. Would you play with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we go to a music store, and we're gonna go do. He's gonna rent a guitar, and I'm just there because I needed something to do, right? And so they have this acoustic room in the back of Quest Music, and it's all just for like high-end acoustic guitars and basses and all those kind of things, right? And so then we just started like jamming, right? And it's kind of towards the end of the day. And we're just going at it probably for about 20 minutes. And then the guy opens the door up. He says, "We didn't realize you guys were in here. The store's been closed for like 20 minutes.
Bass player stories, man.
See, it's not as good as being told by a 3-year-old, but I get told times.
And this is why you have the solo acts going on before the bands. That's why. Right. Okay. Now you actually kind of stunned me. I think probably all of us that you had actually had contracted COVID. So that's sorry to hear about that. I'm glad that you're better or getting better.
I'm fine. I beat off with a stick. Go away, you nasty thing. It was 4 weeks though. I mean, nothing knocks me in my back for 4 weeks apart from a good bottle, but that was back in the day. I mean, I was down for 4 weeks, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. Oh. Had to self-isolate in my bedroom, wear gloves when I went to make a cup of tea, stay away from my family. I was on the phone to the NHS and they were saying, "Look, mate, it sounds like you've got it. Don't go out, don't speak to anyone, go in your bedroom." My wife was leaving my spaghetti bolognese at the bottom of the bed and running out. I mean, it was like that for a while, but hey ho, I'm okay now. I think I'm okay physically, mentally. People ask me that question all the time. But
yeah. Yes, crazy. Yeah, I can now say I know 3 people that have had it or have it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a real thing. People take seriously. Wear your masks when you go out.
Definitely.
I did have a COVID question on, but it's one that we've been asking fairly regularly as well. How has the current situation affected your plans musically?
Well, I think it's affected everybody, and every walk of life's been affected. You know, all the arts, so many jobs, and there's a lot of people running around saying, "Oh, poor me," but actually, poor everybody, poor the world, poor everybody who's affected by it. Obviously, the gig we managed to do a kind of lockdown gig in Surrey a few weeks ago, where everybody had the masks on, we're playing outside, and that was a bit of a laugh just to blow off, you know. But really, there's nothing going on, and you got to feel for the bands, but you got to feel for the theatres, the promoters, and everybody who makes the money from, you know, the stuff that floats downstream from the music. You know, everybody's affected. You got shops, everyone's affected. You know, it's just it's just a nightmare. It won't end until they've got a vaccine. Nothing's going to change. Because the paranoia and the fear factor is so high. I lost my job. I'm a chef, and hospitality has been nuked. I lost a brilliant job I had as a head chef running a cafe in Surrey, and luckily I recently got another job, but it's not quite the same. And so many people I know have lost their jobs in the hospitality, chef business, catering business. So it's as you guys know, it's across the board. You know, it's really is. Anybody who's got a job that deals with other people is affected, and they will be affected until there's a vaccine. Some genius finds a vaccine and gets it sorted out. Hopefully, not too far away, because people are just starting to lose it everywhere regarding this.
Maybe we should.
Go ahead.
Right? Didn't Phil Collins get a polio strain? Let's get Phil Collins on this. I thought he did something like that, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Hey Richie, I just have a question. Over there in the UK, have you guys have gotten past the first wave? Are you into the second wave already?
I'm into the new wave. You know, like 1970s kind of stuff. You know, mid-late 70s.
Spike that back at you.
You know what? Politics is politics. Me, I write songs, and the stuff going on. We're over the first one. They're talking about another spike, but really it changes by the minute. You know, you wake up in the morning. It's like Scotland has shut down the central belt of Scotland, with the restaurants and the cafes, and you know, it's been nuked up there, and the north of England. My daughter's at university up in Newcastle in the north of England, and she's actually got a job COVID testing. She studies biology, and she's COVID testing, so it's really bad up there. There's certain areas of Britain that are worse than others for sure. Mm-hmm. Down here in the south in Surrey, I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, because I've got a gainful employment as a chef in a great place called Cullender's in Reigate, and I'm really hoping it doesn't affect us, because people have got to try and make a living, you know, mortgages. Hey, COVID. Let's COVID, guys. Come on, let's move on.
Hey, is it time for a song soon again?
Do you want another song? I'm happy to do songs.
Sure.
More than happy.
I love the music.
Okay, we're going to try and do a live stream soon with Ambulancehead. We're going to try and get something together in our little rehearsal rooms at Rock Bottom, because we recently recorded a place called Dragonfly in Reigate with a great engineer producer called Tom Hughes, and I'm going to play a song that he didn't record. It's quite a recent one. It's called For the Birds, and I'm not going to try and explain it. It's just a little ditty, and it's got a little bit of a feel to it, and I'll just go first. It's called For the Birds. I'm going to try and remember it. I just wrote it recently, so hey, warts and all, For the Birds. Save your words for the birds and the fallen angel. over there in the woods with a friend, she's casting spells. She's been up to no good. There she is, with the friend, she's casting spells. She's been up to no good. At the stream, there's a bridge. In the shade, I spied a fish. It was a carp, and I swear I heard him make a wish. By the gate, it was locked. Reaching down my arm, I pulled the flute and he's gone. I do no harm. Save your words for the birds and a fallen angel. Save your words for the birds and a fallen angel. Save your words, save your words. For the birds, for the birds. I like to rock out, you know. Okay, that was a bit rock and roll there. I got a bit broken there, you know.
But you were having fun. That was great.
That was awesome.
Here we go. Let's get the screen
I
back.
almost started singing along with you.
Thank you very much, Phil.
Thanks.
That's very nice of you.
And thanks for not, Phil. Because it was enough that you were singing along during the theme music when the show started.
Oh, yeah, I used to love that. But
Who wrote that? Who is that? Who does that theme music? Who is it?
Oh, that's me and Ryan.
All in the mind.
Is it?
It's all in the mind.
I like that kind of a mind. I like it. Hot diggity dog.
That's great. Actually, I just want to shout out. We've been really, really busy. The audience has been busy in the chats. There's too much for me to read out, but big hi to Chris Lady, so a regular, Dave McDonald, who was actually with Chronic Pain, was with us a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago. So hi, Dave. And of course, Claire Parker, saying all sounding good here, so that's good. We had an extra check. We got comments on the original. The original song sounds good. Chris, let's look. No, where are we? Yep, scrolling down again. We've got Northern Royals as well. Big hearts during the first song. Big red hearts. And Shalim joined us late there. Beginning of the second song sounds like the Beatles and then the Stones. Probably reason for that.
It sounds like Jack Flash. I'm not gonna that opening riff you had.
Yeah,
so, I don't know, like jumping Jack Flash there.
Yeah. There's a little bit of jumping Jack Flash going on there. Yeah, well spotted. Yeah. That's where I got it from. Is that where?
Big shout out to the Northern Royals. I haven't seen a lot of them since a long time. Mark and I have never played with them, but I did play in a band while Mark and I were regularly playing together, called the Small Town Antics, and we probably played at least a half a dozen shows with the Northern Royals. So I'm glad you guys could join us. Kendra and I can't think of the other. Chris, I think is his name, from the Northern Royals. Used to be called the Autopilots. Now Northern Royals. Actually getting a lot of heat and good success So congrats, guys. Glad you're making some headway. So, anyways, that was my shout out to the Northern Royals.
Excellent.
I love the Northern Royals. I love all the bands that play on my show.
Yes. Come on, but which is your favourite, Phil? Okay, well, I won't make you say that. It's all in the mind, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, so Richie, to get back
Joe,
to Ambulance Head. So you guys have been together only since, 2018? So
yeah, a couple of years now. Yeah.
Yeah, so how did you all meet?
I met these guys in some of the bands I was playing in London, you know. I auditioned for one band, and that's where I met Dan, the drummer. And I just thought, what an amazing drummer. What a great guy. What a good laugh and a great drummer. And we sort of got things going. And then that band folded. He was working for Williams Formula One Grand Prix team. He was the chef for the Grand Prix team, Williams, a couple of years ago, and he was touring the world. So he had to leave the band to go and do his job around the world. He was everywhere, though. He was in Barcelona. I mean, wherever the Grand Prix went, he went. With some really interesting stories of what goes on behind the scenes. But I can't tell it because he's not here, and that's just the way it is. When he came back from this touring with Formula One Grand Prix team Williams, then he came back to me and was like, let's get the band going. And that was a couple of years ago. And I managed to luckily get hold of Peter, who's the best bass player I've ever known and played with. Peter's just an outstanding musician. I mean, outstanding, you know, it just leaves us dead. Jaws just drop when he plays. He plays lead bass the way John Entwistle would play lead bass, just plays lead bass. And it's just great because it makes it kind of melodic and toppy and trebly. And the drums are the bottom end and I'm somewhere in the middle going up to the top. So the overall balance is brilliant, you know. It's like riding a wild stallion. It's great fun. The songs, I'm just writing songs all the time. And I'll bring in a song like a skeleton of a song, and the band will just pick up on it usually. Sometimes they don't, and we'll move on to the next. And we've got a set of about 30 songs, originals at the moment, and we're just really trying to hone them down to get the eke the best out of them. You know, so when COVID is over, sometime hopefully next year, we can go out and like smash the gigs, smash them. We want to smash the gigs, yeah? Can't wait, can't absolutely wait.
Won't that be fun times, eh?
We are chomping at the bits to get out and play again.
Chomping at the bits. I'm salivating, you know, I can't wait. I love a bit of audience abuse, you know. There's nothing better than doing a gig and you get a heckler and he says something he thinks is really smart in front of his friends, and then you answer him back with a zinger, and it just pulls the audience in, you know. And we want some more of that action, you know. Hecklers, come on, come to my head. We want you.
Yeah, well, talking of hecklers, we haven't heard from the audience. We haven't heard from the audience, the balcony for a while, have we? So here we go. Let's see what they have to say.
What are those guys up to?
Okay, I'll give this show one more try. Nothing can be as bad as the last show. Actually, nothing would be better than the last show.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep letting them in. I don't know why. Anyhow.
Yeah, say lock the door, man.
They are
Who
great.
needs the negativity? Oh,
They are great, and we did steal the name of one of them for the show, so we have to let him in. Right. So, obviously plans are changed. We've done enough about the COVID stuff. We won't go back there. But obviously plans are changed. But what is the ultimate direction or ultimate goal for the band?
Okay, so we'd love to go professional, wouldn't we? Of course we would. We'd love to go professional. We'd love to be able to make a living out of it. But at times it feels like a pipe dream these days, you know, with the fact that it's difficult to make money out of the business because everything's basically for free. Nobody really wants to download your stuff when they can look at it for nothing. Actually making a living in the music business, as you guys well know, is pretty difficult these days, unless you're doing big gigs, making money from gigs, selling merchandise, which is obviously a route, but actually selling records, CDs, it doesn't happen these days. So it's difficult to envisage it. So the dream is to be able to get enough radio play and get enough support and enough sort of feedback from the gigs to do bigger gigs, do support gigs, play festivals. You know, we all went up. We've done some festivals and recently in Surrey a couple of years ago. And festivals are great. The vibe is great. You're just you're just hanging out with people and then just relaxing and doing gigs. That's the dream, really, just to carry on playing great gigs, releasing stuff and speaking to guys like you. I mean, this is such a buzz. Talking to you guys over the other side of the world, over the pond. This is a huge buzz for us, and we're incredibly thankful and grateful to the Invisible Man for getting us on and showing some interest and saying, "Hey guys, come and give us a play." Things like this are what it's about for us. Talk to you guys. Would you believe it? Talking to you guys as up there with the scheme of things. And thanks ever so much. So doing stuff like this, it's what it's about. I mean, we all have to hold down full-time jobs. I'm a chef. Drummer Dan's a chef. Peter, the bass player, he's an undertaker. So he was quite busy a few months ago, yeah. Move on from he was pretty busy.
I guess.
Unfortunately. So we're holding down jobs. I've got a family. Dan's going to get married soon. Peter will be single forever, I think. So we got to, Peter's the only one who's young, free and single and can actually say, let's go and rock and let's go and do it. We've got to hold down jobs, pay mortgages, that sort of thing. What you do when you get a little past 21, guys, you some people, it took me till I was about 41 to get a bit more leveled up. That's another story. So that the big goal is to get more radio play, release more tracks and try and do some stonking gigs. Wherever we can. We had one lined up in Edinburgh, and we're in Surrey. I'd lined one up in Edinburgh in April, and it was all on, and we got accommodation sorted. We had a crowd coming to see us. It was all on. COVID kicked in, and the whole tour was off. And that was just punch in the face. I wanted to take my boys up to Scotland, show them the beauty of the west of Scotland, take them through to Edinburgh, my old stomping ground, and have a beer or two there and have a big night in Edinburgh in the Windy City. The most beautiful city I've ever been in, lived in, Edinburgh. Beautiful, guys. Get there. But that was all off, and that's COVID killed it. But you've always got to say, and you've always got to remind yourself that no matter how upset you are, there's somebody in a lot worse situation than you. So I took that on board and said, guys, there will come a time where it'll all be nice and jolly in the world, and we can go and do these things. And hopefully that time has come. I mean, you've got to cross your fingers and say a prayer or two, and let's make that happen. So that's the future. That's the future. And we keep rehearsing. We rehearse every week. We get tight. We're getting tighter, and that's really important. I really enjoy rehearsals because you can just relax. You can have had a bad week at work, knocking out the bacon and eggs, and you can turn up at rehearsal with your boys, have a can of beer, whatever you're doing, and just chill out, have a laugh, and play your music. And it's like an exorcism in a way. You guys know what it's like when you're in your band. It's nothing else exists. The door could open, somebody walks in, you won't see them because you're in the zone, going into that zone of playing good music, which you guys know about. I've heard what you're doing. It sounds great. And doing that kind of thing, that's what it's about. Just so you be carrying on doing that kind of a thing. We're still carrying on rehearsing, getting to. I'm waiting for that moment, like everybody else says. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like the new year of all New Years, the Christmas of all Christmases. Hooray! We can get in the street, talk to each other. We don't have to wear funny masks. Every time I walk into a shop, it's like I feel like I'm going to mug the place. You don't know what I look like. It's madness. Yeah. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
actually, I'm wondering if wondering about just how we are going to evolve as we continue to wear masks. We're going to be like this, right? Well, everybody's going to have beautiful eyebrows. It will evolve beautiful eyes, and we'll be ugly from here down because you're never going to see it. You can never breed it out, right? So I think that's the future of the human race. Actually,
no mask can damage this. Come on.
So just to go back to what you were saying about being in the zone, as more than once, I've actually been in the middle of a song on stage, and I've looked over at Ryan, and Ryan could probably just my expression when I'm like, where am I? I know I'm playing and I can continue playing, but did I? Was that the first verse I just finished, or was that the third chorus? Are we finishing now? So I know exactly what it's like to just get lost in it. And a couple of songs I've ended early without realizing.
Look, here he is, and then he looks at me, and it's like. that's the cue. I usually just try not draw too much attention to it and just go.
Well, fortunately, we're not loud. We're not that loud a band, right? So it's usually just the two of us, or maybe we'll have a drummer. So I can lean over and go, "Where are we? Is that the first verse? Do I do the chorus again?" We can sometimes communicate during the song.
Yeah.
So if nod, corresponding nod says verse 1, verse 2, chorus.
It's when he taps his feet 3 times. Oh, third verse. Sorry. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyhow, enough about us.
The drummer's getting ready for the breakdown.
Now, so as far as let's go back a little bit. So you're obviously a talented musician. You've got an ear and a decent voice. So when did you realize you were musical?
Oh my goodness. I remember when I was pretty young, and I was watching what they call in Britain Top of the Pops, and I was watching these guys, these glam rockers, and I just saw magic happening, just absolute magic happening. And it wasn't until a few years later that I heard Femme Fatale by the Velvet Underground from the album Live 69, which is one of my favorite Velvet Undergrounds. I heard that and it changed my life. It just changed my life. In that split second, I thought, what is this? So I've got to get a guitar. So I got a guitar and I started learning like Lou Reed songs. And then I started to get okay at it, okay at Lou Reed songs. And then I sort of put a school band together. And my sister was singing, and we're playing like punk rock songs, The Clash, Buzzcocks, Patti Smith, and that's when I thought, well, I've got something going on. But when I moved to Edinburgh, I got in quite a serious band where I was getting into the newspapers, I was getting on the radio, I was getting record companies coming to see me. I was thinking, maybe I'm musical, because it says in the papers, I can see it in writing. Somebody says I've got something going on, so. When I'm reading stuff about it, then I thought, well, maybe I've got something, But you got to keep hold of your ego, You keep it down, because it's a terrible thing, boys, isn't it? Your ego, it's a terrible thing. Take control of you, boys. Grab you.
Yep.
That was
Did you say Buzzcock?
Yeah,
Buzzcocks.
the Buzzcocks.
Oh.
Yeah, they were big in 80s, I guess, right? Late 70s.
Oh yeah.
70s, 80s, late 70s, 80s, yeah, Buzzcocks, yeah.
I was still in school then too, yeah. So, yes, I know I'm older than I look. I'm certainly older than I behave, according to my wife. So, are you self-taught as a musician?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, self-taught. Although I got some teaching tapes when I was about 12 or 14. I got some teaching tapes, and I learned some sort of stuff like that, and just the elements of like really basic sort of blues progressions. And then I took it from that. Started, you listen to your heroes. I listened to Lou Reed. I listened to Angus and Malcolm Young on the guitar, some AC/DC, stuff like that. And you listen like most guys. You listen to and you try and rip them off. You do it really badly, and you try to improve it. So I was self-taught, listening to the usual stuff, the usual stuff that's out there, I'm trying to make myself sound like them. I just sound like the Ramones here. I've learned there's 3 chords. I'm pretty good. I'm not pretty good there, Mom. So yeah, listen to stuff like that. That's what I did. Yeah, and now here I am.
That sounds fairly similar to my story. It was I locked myself away in the bedroom with an acoustic guitar, and not literally, but a year later I came out and I was playing shows. It was one of those things. Became my best friend for a little while. Anyway, so just if anyone's wondering where Ryan went, his computer jammed up and he's going to have to restart, so he'll join us again shortly. I do have a question from the audience. So Shalim is asking if you could have anyone produce your future recordings, who would be on your list?
Maybe Mick Jones from the Clash. He produced the Libertines, some of the Libertine stuff. He did a great job on that, and he's one of my heroes. So he would be up there. I think Mick Jones. I'd say Mick Jones from the Clash. Yeah, there we go. There's a name. There's your answer. Mick Jones. I want him to produce me. He's a punk rocker. He's a star. I saw the Clash on the London Calling tour way back then. I saw the Clash live in Glasgow, and that was a moment that I won't forget, and that just blew me away. So yeah, definitely, you know, he's around. You've got all these big names of all the big producers and all the rest of it, but you want to work with somebody like that, most definitely. Yeah. So yeah, Mick Jones from the Clash. There's your answer,
Shalim. Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shalim.
There you go.
He's usually good with the questions. If he's not playing golf and he joins us on time, we usually get a lot. So thanks for that question, Shalim. And if anybody else in the audience has any questions, please leave them in the chat. If we see them, we'll read them out for sure. Yeah. Oh, Ryan's back. So you recovered your technical issue, Ryan? Oh, he froze again. So maybe not.
It's something, man.
I think he's using a Mac, so that's his problem anyway.
He looks like me last week when I hosted the show, and I couldn't hear the theme song at the beginning. I was just like
deer in the headlights look.
Yeah.
You said you had Wild Horse on recently. Wild Horse from Surrey. Yep. You had them on the Invisible Man show. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. They were. It was really quite amusing. I think the big thing that made me smile was that they were talking about the same, you know, their same musical influences were pretty much the same as ours, right? Beatles, Rolling Stones, Buddy Holly, all those other good ones. And I reminded them, that's your grandparents' music. That's like really, really old music. At least it was my parents' music when I loved it, right? But so it was kind of funny because they're I think the average age is 19, I think, for the band.
These guys are friends of mine, and
nice.
I saw them do one of their first gigs up in North London about 5 years ago. They were about 14 years old,
right? And
about 14 when they did the first gig. When I saw them doing one of their first gigs, about 14 years old, I thought, my God, precocious talent in that band. I mean, obviously precocious talent. The brothers and the unbelievably talented. You know, the dad Steve, has got a good hold of them, and he's helping monitor and bring them through the thing. And I really think these guys are going to break big at some point, given have a chance.
Yeah, for sure, right?
And I've jammed with them a couple of times, and these guys are just lovely, lovely, lovely guys. Great band, Wild Horse. I should be talking about other bands, but
since we're talking about Wild Horse, I've been doing the show for my radio show for almost 4 years now. And I love the progression. I've been playing Wild Horse probably since the beginning.
Yeah.
And you listen to those old songs and you listen to their new album now.
Yeah.
And I'm just blown away. It's just holy smokes.
Yeah, holy smokes. Jack, the guitar player, is doing a lot more singing now. You know, little Jack, he's doing a lot more singing now, and his voice is really developing. So yeah, I'm watching that spot, and I think listeners out there should watch Wild Horse too. They will break at some point. They will break big. I'm sure of it, and I'll be delighted if they do.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying as well. We've had a couple of young acts on. I think Alana Jeffries from Winnipeg and Wild Horse are the two that kind of stand out. Is that, you know, we should hold their coats because they're going to high places. Yeah. So.
Hey, Ryan's back.
All right. Let's hope this doesn't lock up this time.
Okay, I just spray a little bit of Pam on it.
I have no idea what went on.
Oh, it's a Mac,
it just
right?
decided it would. It just decided. I don't want to do this anymore. So it just locked. Zoom just locked up on me. I could hear you guys. I could see myself move. But I couldn't see anything else going. But your stuff was frozen. I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." And then all of a sudden, it just went like the app just shut down. Like
you were done.
it just closed. I didn't close it. It didn't come up with a warning saying, "Oh, you're crashing." It just shut down. And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll close that and close a couple other windows and make sure nothing else is disconnect and reconnect to the Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Go back on second time. Didn't even get it past like 2 seconds, but
okay. Actually, I just want to shout out
new record.
Okay, just want to shout out Chris Lady. Claims that we've ignored his question. So Chris, we've obviously lost it in the chat there. So if you want to post it again in the chat, I'll keep an eye out for it. Okay. Okay, we've been going for about 50 minutes. Any chance of one more song, Richie?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'll do Fire Truck. This is our first release, and I wanted our first release to be some sort of reflection on what I think about the state of the world. You know, and it's the world's kind of heating up, and also there's always problems over oil in the Middle East, as we know, and recently it's Azerbaijan and Armenia, and this got people have been saying this sounds a bit like the Doors. To them, sounds a bit like Jim Morrison-ish. I'm not sure, but this is called Fire Truck. This is our first release.
Wow! Can I intro you with an actual siren song?
Do whatever you want, big boy.
Wee-woo. Here's Fire Truck by Ambulancehead. Wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo.
Is that what they sound like over there? Is it?
No, here we go.
Here we go. I got a message from the maker and he spoke to me. I got a message from the maker, oh, he said to me. Oh, you talk about the summer of disquiet. In the street, kids wanna riot. The heat's so hot, my paws is popping. You want some mercy? You're gonna get shot, 'cause I'm burning up. Oh, I'm burning up. Baby, baby, I'm a fire truck. I'm burning up. I'm burning up. Pour on the petrol. Crowd go wild. Guitar solo. Man on the line, he's got the horn rim glasses. It's the devil. He's making some fun on the warring classes. Said I don't like the people carrying guns in the heat under the sun. In the desert, there's a body stewing. In the Gulf's always something brewing. Rainy and rocky and American out of a garbage can. Israeli and Palestine man. Oh, I've seen the UN is damned. Oh, I'm burning up, I'm burning up. Baby, baby, the fire truck. I'm burning up, I'm burning up. I pour on the petrol. I pour on the petrol. Let's go. Let's rock, mothers. Take it to the bridge. Take it to the bridge. I look back on my childhood days. I was safe beneath the waves. I never thought it would come to this. The world is a fool. The world is a fool. In the world, 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 in the world. In the world, in the world, in the world, pour on the petrol, pour on the petrol, pour on the petrol, pour on the petrol,
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Okay. First single.
Awesome. High energy. Wow.
We've got a video on YouTube for Fire Truck that Clay helped us put together. It shows us rocking out at Rock Bottom Studios, and some little bits of artwork and a little bit of hard-hitting photography in there too. Fire Truck, Ambulance Head video YouTube if you want to be bothered with the adverts. Yeah,
we'll stick on a link. We'll actually, if we haven't already, we'll post a link on Facebook, and then we'll include it on the YouTube comments, the description later today or tomorrow. So go check all those out. Chris Lady actually did get back to me saying the question that I skipped. He wants to know, Richie, what do you think of Ayr Scotland, as he has distant relatives there?
What do I think of
Ayr, A-Y-R, Ayr in Scotland?
That's I'm from there.
Oh, okay.
I'm from just north of Ayr. I was born about 15 miles from Ayr, and I'm from Ayrshire. So what do I think about it? I think it's God's own country, boy. That's what I think about that place. I love it. Hot diggity dog. I love the place. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's beautiful sunsets, beautiful land. Just nothing for me there. I go back as often as I can. I love Ayr. Ayrshire. Ayr's quite synonymous also with Robert Burns, the poet. So Robert Burns, I'll just say Robert Burns. He was from that way, and we go down there and we check out some of the sort of scenes around there. Yeah, Ayr, beautiful place. I love it. Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Okay, nice. Perfect. And Shalim actually asked, "What's the Fire Truck song about?" It seems to be deeper than he had expected it to be.
Okay, so well, it's about the Middle East. It's about man's quest for short-term remuneration, fiscal money. It's about making money and ripping off everybody that gets in the way. It's about greed, really, isn't it? Oil is greed. Oh yeah, we're doing it for everybody else. No, you're not. You're doing it to line your pockets. That's really what it's about. And the fact that everybody's like caught up in this. People are killing each other over it. There's wars over it. Meanwhile, as I say, the world is heating up, and we're just forgetting all about that. It doesn't really matter. Let's go for short-term glory. Let's line our pockets. Let's just blow each other up and have wars over these pipelines and the oil, while everything else just absolutely, whatted up. So that's really what it's about. It's like, don't forget what's going on here, guys. It's quite hard hitting. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Ryan, sit still. You're gonna fall back.
No, can't this time.
I heard the chair.
It's creaking. It's creaking, but the pin is in.
A moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips.
No, I now the pin is out. See? There we go. All the way back. Okay. But yeah.
You haven't lived until you've seen Ryan lean back and then
fall out of my chair.
It's always
going nuts with a
Yeah, it's always funny when one of my co-hosts hurt themselves. Okay, let's.
Before we moved to this house, I had leaned back and I hadn't put the pin in to lock the chair properly, and it let go, and it was like a loud bang, and it was right in the middle of someone had asked a question and the guest was going on, and I was like sitting there like, oh, I don't think anybody saw it, and I kind of saw Phil chuckling, so Phil saw it, but I don't think anyone else did. Well, we used to do it upstairs, and my daughter's room was just like around the corner, and my wife walks in and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. No, I'll never live this down now."
No. So. Okay, Till the Alzheimer's hits me.
Got a comment from the audience there. So Shalim says he loves songs that have a deeper meaning behind them. I am now an ambulance head fan, he says.
Whoa! Awesome. Hey, okay. Can I just say Can I just say something? We've got a light-hearted song coming out on November the 6th called "Princess," and we've done a couple of hard-hitting songs. Now we're going to lighten the mood a bit because everyone's too down in the dumps. We're going to lighten the mood with a little song called "Princess." She's a princess. Yeah, so that's coming out November the 6th for worldwide distribution, and we'll have a wee video to go with that as well. So that's November the 6th. Princess, it's just easy going. It's rock and roll. So. A bit of rock and roll stomp for you. So just I better mention that.
Yeah, mentioned it. Sounds like the kind of music that I was brought up on I was weaned off of whatever it was. Anyway, I was going to come up with something clever, but I made it sound silly. So anyhow, so that's great. So we pretty much come to the end of the show. I pad them up on the screen there. But let's talk about how you can get hold of Ambulance Head. So if you have any direct questions, or you want to maybe look at booking a show ahead, or I just need any information, give them an email, ambulancehead@gmail.com. Because pretty much everything, all the links are on ambulancehead.com, so go check that out as well. And Ambulance Head are active on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And just search Ambulance Head, you'll find them all. And of course, while we're there, we've got to be a little self-indulgent as well. So if I can, there we are. Oh, I didn't check that out. So of course, all our links and get a hold of us. The invisibleman.ca, go there first. I won't read out everything that's on the screen. And yes, Chris, before you say anything, I have not fixed the typo on the screen. I will try to get that done for next week. But Phil has a regular radio station. It's a regular radio show off air for a little while. Did you want to do a rundown on that, Phil?
Yeah. So I'm here in Manitoba now for a while, anyways, and my equipment isn't all shipped here. It was on its way, and something I don't know what happened, but they got sent back to Colorado. So I'm still waiting to get my equipment to get my home studio up. But once that's up, the Colorado Phil Show will be back. We'll start this way: 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 2 to 6 p.m. Central, and 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, that's on where is it? www.trilakesradio.com. That's trilakesradio.com.
There we go. Thank you with your epic radio voice. That's great, Phil. Thanks. And of course, we do this because we love it. But if you'd like to give us a tip by way of buying us a virtual coffee, you can please do so. buymeacoffee.com/It's All in the Mind. A little bit helps, just a little bit of buy us a coffee each, and we'll be friends for life. And completely unrelated to the show, but self-promotion is what we're about. I'm a published author, got two children's books and a collection of short stories. You can check those out on books.mdstallard.com. Of course, links to everything we talked about on our website.
Show those books again when you're back to full screen.
Oh, yeah. Should do that, shouldn't I?
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
And this one, so Gunpowder Plot, Fighting Stance are the kids' books. Oh, and then, I can't do this in the mirror. It's difficult. But this one, I don't think I've said the name. Godfred Falk and the Secret Society of Tumblers, Minstrels, and Thespians. There you go. Intrigued, actually.
I'm going to talk to your messenger about your books. I'm doing something similar, Mark. I've got to speak to you about this. Yeah, I've got something coming out too.
Yep. So hang around at the end, and we'll chat after the show, obviously. Okay, let me get everybody back, just so we can all say goodbye together. Okay, well, thank you very much, Richie, for coming on. You've been a load of fun. It's really just like talking to an old friend, so that's nice.
That was awesome. Hey, who's that?
Also, thanks to Claire for supporting and making things. We switched out the mic like 10 minutes before we went online, and Claire was there turning knobs and getting everything sounding just 100%. So shout out to Claire. Thanks a lot for being awesome.
Yeah,
big
perfect.
shout
Thank
to
you so much, Claire.
getting this organised. Well done, Claire Parker. Thank you, darling.
Okay, so next week, join us next week when we have Barry Mia from Denver, Colorado. They're going to be on the show.
Right.
We'll be posting about that next week. So thank you very much again, Richie. Thank you very much in the audience. It's been a busy chat. I haven't been able to read all of them, so apologies to everybody, but hopefully we gave everybody a shout out. And we'll catch you all next week, 2 p.m. Central, at 8 p.m. In British UK time. I want to say GMT, but it's British summertime. Anyway, let's get going.
Just wanted to add, we're trying really hard to grow our YouTube channel. And you can find the link to our YouTube channel by going to our website, www.theinvisibleman.ca. You can find the link for our YouTube channel there. There's other links as well. You can get in touch with us if you want to be a guest on the show. you message us through there. Again, that's www.theinvisibleman.ca. We really need you to come subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see, I don't know how many episodes are there now, Mark. There's a lot of episodes there for you to see with different independent music artists from all around the world.
Almost.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week, same time. Catch you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.